Commissioner, we have a lot.
You've been watching live CBS News coverage of the January 6th hearing from Capitol Hill. The testimony wrapped up for the day. Now we're just getting a reaction. We will step away because we have some severe weather in our area. Let's get right to the Weather Center meteorologist Gary Canulti has a look at that. Gary?
Yeah, we had a strong thunderstorm. Severe thunderstorm warning was issued for it, but right now that storm has weakened. It's in the central portion of Greene County, right around Albany, moving to the northeast at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. Just over the last hour, you can see how that storm ramped up and then all of a sudden started to weaken with some lightning now moving into the Stoughton area. It's part of an area of showers and thunderstorms, some strong thunderstorms that move through the La Crosse area and cause some localized flooding. We're watching to see if that cluster of storms up to the north starts to make a turn toward the southeast like some of the computer models are indicating. If that happens, we have the potential for some severe weather across southern Wisconsin. Storm Prediction Center has an enhanced risk or level 3 risk south and east of Madison, a level 2 risk across the rest of southern Wisconsin. High winds, the main threat, that area that's hatched over toward Milwaukee, possibility for straight line winds of 75 miles per hour or greater. Even the possibility for an isolated tornado, the highest threat over southeastern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now, middle 70s here in Madison, 60s to the north where rain has started, but notice Janesville's at 82 and there's warm and humid air not far to the south. Notice Janesville's dew point at 70, so as those storms start to tap into that moisture, they are going to continue to explode. We do have alert days in the forecast for today, tomorrow, and for Wednesday for not only severe weather, but heat and humidity. Look for a high temperature today of 82, probably not till about 6 o'clock, but temperatures could be close to 90 near the Illinois state line. It'll be muggy for tonight with low temperatures in the lower 70s, and tomorrow we'll probably set a record high temperature with highs in the upper 90s. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, I'll check back. Thank you. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol says the rioters were pushed to act by former President Trump's claims the 2020 election was stolen. Today, the committee made the case the president knew there was no evidence to support his claims. Natalie Brand has a recap from Capitol Hill.
Members of the Select Committee say former President Donald Trump spurred on Capitol rioters by knowingly spreading the lie that the 2020 presidential election was stolen.
The Trump campaign legal team knew there was no legitimate argument, fraud, irregularities, or anything to overturn the election. And yet President Trump went ahead with his plans for January 6th anyway.
Donald Trump lost an election and knew he lost an election, and as a result of his loss, decided to wage an attack on our democracy.
The committee heard from Chris Steyerwalt, the former political editor for Fox News, who was fired after the cable network correctly called Arizona for President Biden.
But we already knew Trump's chances were very small and getting smaller based on what we had seen.
President Trump's campaign manager, Bill Stepien, was scheduled to testify but withdrew due to a family emergency.
Mr. Stepien was in town and preparing for his testimony here today in response to the subpoena when he got a call that his wife had gone into labor, and so notified committee counsel, and he immediately headed to the hospital to be with her.
Witnesses are also being called to testify about former President Trump's response to the election results. The group includes conservative election attorney Ben Ginsburg, who's expected to testify there was no evidence of voting irregularities in the election, as well as former Atlanta federal prosecutor B.J. Pack, who resigned 2 days before the attack as Mr. Trump made baseless claims about Georgia's vote, and Republican Al Schmidt, a former city commissioner of Philadelphia who faced threats when he objected to the former president's denial of Pennsylvania's results. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A bipartisan group of senators say they've reached a deal on gun legislation. Democratic and Republican senators worked together this weekend negotiating gun control measures that are set to be the most extensive laws on the issue in 30 years. The agreement includes financial support for states to administer red flag laws. It also expands on investments in mental health, school safety, and stricter background checks for people under 21 looking to purchase a firearm. Lawmakers will now begin the drafting process and are hoping they can get it done before the July recess. President Biden commented on the agreement, thanking the bipartisan group on Twitter. He also wrote in part, quote, "The measure does not do everything we think is needed, but it reflects important steps in the right direction." U.S. Supreme Court has not ruled on a case that could overturn Roe v. Wade. The court released 5 decisions this morning, but none of them dealing with the case that could reverse abortion rights. It's unknown when the court could release that decision since a draft version of their opinion was leaked. Groups of people gathered outside the Supreme Court this morning to protest the case. The next possible day a decision could be made is Wednesday. New at noon, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi and Sheriff Calvin Barrett are calling for a referendum to be added to the ballot this fall to help pay for their jail reconstruction project. The county has already approved nearly $166 million for the project, but current cost estimates are closer to $176 million. The Dane County Board would need a 3/4 vote to approve the extra $10 million, but Parisi says they don't have the votes. Barrett says the money is needed to keep the project on schedule and address some critical needs.
Number one, it is inhumane and borderline unconstitutional. We have 0 medical beds. We have 0 mental health beds.
And we'll have more on this proposal coming up in later newscasts. We're expecting to hear more from Madison's police chief this afternoon on a homicide reported on the city's east side over the weekend. Officers arrived to a neighborhood south of Northeast Park just before 5:30 Sunday morning for reports of a disturbance. There, they found a 23-year-old man with a chest wound. He was taken to the area hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police say a person of interest is in custody and there is no longer a threat to the community. It's unclear what led to the incident. Also in Madison, one person was found dead this weekend after an apartment fire. Crews were sent to the 700 block of Braxton Place just before 6 in the morning after a 911 caller reported a burning smell coming from the complex. Firefighters reportedly found evidence of a fire that had been self-extinguished in an apartment building. While searching the unit, one resident was found dead. Officials say they now believe the fire was the result of an unattended cooking. The death investigation is still ongoing. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon, including new record highs at the pump as we start a new work week. Today's top consumer news just ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
This summer, if you're in the market for a high-quality, affordable windows that add instant curb appeal, call the company your neighbors trust. Mad City Windows, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. Our high-performance windows feature sky mirror technology and layers of low E to help save energy dollars. Now's the time to act during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of new windows for your home. 60 months, 0 interest, senior military discounts, and a $60 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Plus a bonus. Call during this program and receive $250 in Mad City cash towards your future home improvements. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. Here's that number again, 608-338-1616.
There's a reason President Trump endorsed Tim Michels for governor.
I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs.
President Trump called Tim Michels an America First conservative who will support the Second Amendment, honor law enforcement, and stand strong against the woke mob.
If you want to see Madison turned upside down, then I'm asking for your vote.
Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump for governor.
If you've been the victim of an accident with a truck, listen carefully. Your whole future, your family's future, is on the line.
I knew I only had one opportunity to get this right.
Call a truck accident lawyer with the experience and resources you need.
The initial offer from the insurance company was $100. Hupy and Abraham were able to get me much more than I expected. It was a huge settlement.
Call Hupy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different.
We really loved their educational approach.
Call 844-600-NEXT. 50% off your installation.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Americans grappling with inflation at a 4-decade high got another jolt to the pocketbook. The national average price of a gallon of gas surpassed $5 for the first time ever. That's according to AAA. California is still leading the way with the highest gas prices at well above $6 a gallon for regular. Even if buying a Tesla remains out of your budget, purchasing its shares is becoming more affordable. The electric car company proposed a 3-for-1 stock split that would turn each Tesla share into 3 and lower the price without affecting the company's overall market value. Tesla stock closed just under $697 apiece on Friday. That's about a 39% drop from early April. Crowds lined up in Moscow's Pushkin Square to check out the new fast food restaurant that replaced Russia's first McDonald's outlet, which stood there for close to 30 years. After Russia invaded Ukraine, McDonald's sold its 850 Russian restaurants to a businessman who is opening rebranded stores under a new name, which in English roughly translates to tasty and that's it. 15 of the former McDonald's were set to open their doors in Moscow on Sunday, with dozens more planned for later in the month. That is your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Elise Preston.
Another rough day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrial's down 720 points. The NASDAQ off 436. The S&P 500 down 122. The market now officially in a bear market. A popular drink at the bar will soon be available in a can. Coca-Cola is announcing a partnership with Jack Daniels to put Jack and Cokes in a can. The canned cocktail will make its debut in Mexico later this year before being rolled out worldwide. They'll likely be available in the U.S. stores sometime next year. Officials say they also plan to release a zero sugar version. As we take a look outside, it's an alert day for the chance of severe weather. Gary's in next with the latest updates on what you need to know.
All of that dust and pollen can really do a number on your allergies. If your old windows are letting the outside in, then you need Eco Sky windows exclusively from Mad City Windows, and 114% more airtight than your average vinyl windows.
We got to pick out the options right then and there, but they were flexible. If we wanted to change later, we still could.
Now's the time to act during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of new windows, 60 months, zero interest, senior and military discounts, and a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate, plus a bonus. Call during this program and receive $250 in Mad City cash towards future home improvements. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. Here's that number again, 608-338-1616.
A great night's sleep starts on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $1,000 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Queen mattresses start at just $399. Upgrade to the comfort and luxury of a Beauty Rest Black and get $200 in Steinhoffels cash. And then get a $100 gas card. With Steinhoffels special financing and free delivery, your new mattress is even more affordable. Isn't it time for a good night's sleep? Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
Menards carries everything you need to take care of your yard. Works' innovative tool designs get the job done right. The Works trimmer and leaf blower combo is just $99.99 after sale price and 11% rebate. Keep your grass in check with a Works 40-volt cordless electric lawnmower. There's no oil or gas needed. It runs for an hour and recharges fast. Compatible with any Works PowerShare batteries. All Works outdoor power tools are 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
Tomorrow
we've got a tip on an all-you-can-eat breakfast event with a unique twist. I'm in the 608 to show you a menu that features pancakes and plain.
And we are heating things up tomorrow. Temperatures could be close to 100 degrees. We'll break it down in the morning from 4:30 to 7.
The News 3 Now Call for Action team, getting results for you. When a local woman was taken advantage of by a car dealership, we took action and helped her get back nearly $10,000.
After going through you, it's just like, you can breathe.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Monday. A rough weather week ahead for farmers.
Boy, I guess. And not just today, but that heat is going to take its toll on man and beast all through the week. And that's kind of where I want to start today, Mark. Today might be your ideal day to try to be proactive if you are a big energy consumer, and farms most definitely are. Everything that we do around the farm involves automation today. So whether it's trying to keep our milk cool, whether it's making sure livestock have water, whether it's keeping those barn fans rolling, we have got a lot of electricity that we depend on. Now, Jeff Malcook, who is one of the staff members at A1 Electric down in Monroe, works a lot with area farms. He said one of the first things you have to realize is farms are never not busy. There is always something going on. Never an ideal time for double checking electrical circuits or anything like that until you throw the switch and find out it doesn't work. Jeff says you really want to take a look at your backup energy. A lot of farms have maybe backup generators, or they might have something that can run off a PTO. He said make sure that those systems are working. He said a lot of times he gets called out to farms that are suddenly facing a calamity because they don't have power, and simple maintenance would have made sure that their systems were working. You also have to remember, if you've expanded at your farm, is that energy provider, that backup energy source, going to be ready to keep everything on your farm running? If you've done an upgrade, not done an upgrade on your power backup, that could be a problem. And like I said, word to the wise, this kind of weather that we are going to get, every ounce of electricity that we use on the farm is going to be needed. Quick congratulations also. It looks like Walworth County again is going to be hosting the 2023 Allison Dairyland Finals. Of course, Walworth County did their level best to try to host the event during the pandemic. Unfortunately, all of that kind of face-to-face activity was canceled. So they're going to come back around and focus in on the agriculture highlights for Walworth County Allison Dairyland Finals 2023. Dairy markets today in Chicago about as bad as Wall Street. Barrel cheese down 2 1/4, $2.22. 40-pound block cheese down 3 3/4 cents at $2.21 3/4. Double A butter down 4 1/2, $2.93 a pound. Boy, I tell you, looking at the weather forecast for this week, I'm just glad that Dane County's Dairy Breakfast does on Saturday. Great turnout, wonderful weather.
It certainly was. All right, keep cool if you can. Thank you,
Yep,
Pam.
you bet.
And here's Gary now with the hot details of the forecast.
Well, first we're dealing with showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could potentially be severe later this afternoon. This storm did have a severe thunderstorm warning on it as it moved through Greene County, but it's weakened quite a bit as it's moved into the Edgerton area. Farther to the north, a large area of showers and thunderstorms moving through the northern portions of our viewing area north of the Dells. This cluster of storms moved through the La Crosse area and caused some localized flooding. In fact, you take a look at Doppler track precipitation, you can see it left a trail of about 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches of rain over a couple of hour time period. So some localized flooding, a possibility from those storms, but those are lifting right now into central Wisconsin. Some of the computer models are indicating the potential for storms to develop and then head southeastward. That would be the worst scenario for us, at least as far as severe weather is concerned. The better scenario would be if those storms stay up to the north. This rain cools the air enough to keep the severe weather threat up to the north for a little while, and then the turn to the southeast occurs farther to the east over Lake Michigan and into parts of Michigan and Indiana. But you can see to the west, notice the lack of rain here once these storms move on through, and that is because the atmosphere is just expanding and is going to become unbearably hot. Severe weather outlook, level 3, enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms now for southeastern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois. Again, it depends on where those storms up to the north make the turn. Level 2 risk elsewhere. High wind threat, the greatest over southeastern Wisconsin. This hatched area indicates the potential for 75 mile an hour or greater straight line winds in the stronger thunderstorms. Tornado threat, again, highest over southeastern Wisconsin, about a 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a point, or about the size of Dane County. And there also is a hail threat as well. Tomorrow, there's a severe weather threat mainly to our north and west for any storms that develop in the late afternoon hours over northwestern Wisconsin. A couple of them could reach southern Wisconsin late tomorrow night. Right now, that's pretty iffy. But Wednesday, we're back into a level 3 or level 2 or slight risk of severe thunderstorms for much of the state for storms that will develop late in the afternoon into sometime Wednesday evening. Tornado tornadoes, high winds, and heavy rain, all threats from those storms. Now, as we take a look at future track, notice the turning of these storms. Again, if they stay farther to the north, that would lessen the severe weather risk here and increase it farther to the south and east. But notice what happens. The rain goes away, and as the winds shift around to the south, that's the warm front swinging northward. And by tomorrow afternoon, we're in a unbelievably hot air mass with highs in the upper 90s. You can see a threat for a thunderstorm late tomorrow night and Wednesday, and then the next round of storms develops Wednesday evening ahead of another hot and humid day. And again, the potential is there for severe weather as those roll on through. Once that moves through, the humidity drops, temperatures drop, and we see much nicer weather as we head into the end of the week. But right now, heat advisories in effect for most of Wisconsin, except for the northeastern part of the state. Already excessive heat warnings for the Twin Cities metro areas where temperatures could get hotter. And notice the excessive heat warnings down to the south. We're going to be borderline with that, especially if we get highs in the upper 90s for tomorrow. So for southern Wisconsin, heat advisory until 8 p.m. Tuesday, from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. Tuesday, north and west of the Wisconsin River. Madison area to the east, it runs until 8 p.m. Wednesday. Look for showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. They'll gradually come to an end, some clearing late in the day, high of 82. Any storm could become severe. Tonight, partly cloudy and muggy with patchy fog at a low of 71. Tomorrow, record high temperature of 97 expected. Heat index actually from 102 to 107 degrees with the high humidity. Future track, again, the storms racing to the southeast later on this evening, and then after that, just muggy overnight. Look for a very hot day tomorrow with high temperatures in the upper 90s. Rainfall amounts, again, some areas could pick up an inch or two where the heavier storms track. Farther south, that might not be as much of an issue. The 7 to 10 day forecast, notice the alert days in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday, again, for the heat and the severe weather threat. After that, notice those temperatures dropping back at least into more comfortable levels, low to mid 80s. Some humidity toward the start of the following week could bring a shower or thunderstorm chance by Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night.
Hot and humid.
You bet.
All right, keep an eye on things for us, Gary. Thank you. A new study out of England reveals how much exercise teenagers need every day to stay healthy, and it may not be as much as you think. Ian Lee has more on the study from Oxford.
There we go. So nice and slow to begin with.
13-year-old Kitty is doing a health check.
That's it, Kitty. Keep this up.
Completing a non-stop 20-yard shuttle run.
Good work. High five. Yeah, well done.
How was it?
It was hot, but bearable.
That's exactly how researchers from Oxford University say it should feel. Their new study revealed children benefit from spending 20 minutes a day breathing hard and getting red in the face.
We really do recommend that children and adolescents get into these good habits of exercising frequently at these high levels now.
Researchers tested activity levels of more than 300 kids and found short bursts of panting and sweating were enough to improve physical, mental, and cognitive health. While the World Health Organization says children should get 60 minutes of moderate to strenuous exercise a day, Oxford's lead author found less is more if you go harder.
You do need to get hot and sweaty, you do need to get breathless, but you don't have to do it for an hour, you only have to do it for about 20 minutes a day in total.
Researchers say the fitness benefits of grueling workouts plateau at about 20 minutes. They encourage kids to find an activity they love to do with friends, and Kitty agrees.
I think when you do it together, you can also motivate each other, and you want to do well with your friends.
Kids helping kids to become healthy adults. Ian Lee, CBS News, Oxford, England.
And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Kids love it, college students live by it, and today we're going to show you how to turn this into a weeknight favorite.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
For high-performance windows that block outside noise, call Mad City, your home for exclusive Eco Sky windows featuring sky mirror technology and built-in weather barriers. And be sure to ask about the grid designs inside the glass for easy cleaning. Check us out at madcitywindows.com. Your friends and neighbors are calling in. Don't you miss out. Call now during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of new windows. 60 months, 0 interest, senior and military discounts, and a $60 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate, plus a bonus. Last chance in this program to call to receive $250 in Mad City cash towards future home improvements. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. Here's that number again, 608-338-1616.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Lazary, a Democrat running to beat Senator Ron Johnson.
And I'm Lauren Lazary, and this is our daughter Eleanor. I know Alex will always fight for working families.
To get more money in the pockets of working people and lower costs.
By making paid leave available and healthcare more affordable.
And I'll always be a relentless supporter of a woman's right to choose.
Especially now. Alex is exactly the kind of ally Tammy Baldwin needs in the Senate.
So I approve this message because we have to do better than having Ron Johnson as our senator.
Today, I want to chat with you about something that's been a big part of my life, and maybe part of yours too. It's something that probably helped you out when money was tight. I'm talking about ramen noodles. Yeah, those little packs of dry noodles that are almost addictive. As many of us learned in college, instant ramen noodles are the perfect go-to meal because they're ready in less than 5 minutes. And talk about budget-friendly. Did you know that if you only ate ramen noodles for an entire year, not that I suggest that you do, you would only spend about $150 on groceries? As a matter of fact, ramen noodles are so popular, they're used in so many different ways. Like here we added them to a salad to give it extra crunch. Or how about creating a noodle-licious pizza crust with it? After testing all sorts of recipes with them, we came up with a few that are certainly worth sharing. Here we have some ramen noodles tossed with chunks of chicken and lots of fresh broccoli and red peppers. It's one of those skillet meals that's so quick and reasonable, you'll want to make it part of your weekly dinner routine. To get the recipe, all you have to do is go online and search for what we call skillet chicken ramen toss, along with a collection of unforgettable ramen noodle recipes. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a budget-friendly way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, here's Gary. One final check of the forecast.
A large area of rain north and west of Madison, and then some thunderstorms farther to the north, up north of the Dells. Right now, they're staying farther to the north. We have not had any reports of severe weather yet. However, if these storms start turning to the southeast, they will be moving in an increasingly warm and humid air mass, and the potential is there for severe weather to break out this afternoon. We'll watch the area right around La Crosse for that to happen, and then maybe heading southeast. Right now, temperatures in the mid-70s in Madison, low 80s in Janesville, but notice the rain is coolier up to the north. Temperatures mainly in the 60s there. Dew point temperatures, though, very humid just to our south. Janesville's dew point already at 70. We'll be looking at dew points in the low to mid-70s over the next couple of days. Heat advisories in effect from 11 a.m. tomorrow morning through 8 p.m. Tuesday, north and west of Dane County. From Dane County and areas of the south and east, it runs until 8 p.m. Wednesday. Alert days are in the forecast for severe weather threat today for a high, actually now of 97 predicted for tomorrow. That would break a record. Heat index could be as high as 107, and then heat and severe weather threats for Wednesday. So keep this in mind. Just limit your outdoor activities. Try to stay in air conditioning as much as possible during the heat wave. Look for a high today of 81. Tonight, low of about 71.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.